Hello and welcome to Christopher Neal Photography. You know, people often ask me if I'm headed out to shoot Milky Way this weekend because the weather looks really good. And then when I tell them that I'm not going because the moon is up, they'll seem a little bit confused. And I'll explain that the moon is so bright that it washes out the stars. And since it's visible for, roughly 2 weeks out of the month, it's up at the same time the Milky Way's up. I have to plan my shoots not only around the weather, but also around the moon as well. And then, not long ago, I had a friend he's just starting out in nightscape and Milky Way photography. And he texted me and he said, "Hey man, I'm headed out tomorrow night. I'm going to try and shoot a little bit of Milky Way, grab a field not far from the house." And I replied, "Well, the moon's up and it's pretty full right now, so I don't know that you're gonna quite get the images that you want." And he agreed. He said, "Oh, I hadn't even really looked at that." I said, "Okay, you're right. I'll do something else instead." So, how do you know when to plan a shoot and when to stay home? Well, there's an app for that. It's called PhotoPills. It's a paid app, but it's only about $10 and it's a one-time fee. It's not monthly recurring or anything like that. And it's a really good app. Now, this is not a paid endorsement. I'm not getting any money from PhotoPills. It's just a really good app, and it's one that I use almost constantly. Now, this is also not going to be a full demo of PhotoPills. I'm just going to run through a couple of quick things that will keep you from wasting time planning, or worse yet, wasting time heading out to shoot when you're not going to be able to get anything. Now, PhotoPills comes with some widgets that you can add to your home screen that will really make it easy for you to just glance at your phone, see exactly where you stand. And my PhotoPill widgets are right here. You can see that right now the moon is at 94%. And it rises at 10:30, sets at 8. Scroll down to the next one. That's Milky Way visibility. Milky Way is visible from 10:57 to 4:40. So with just these two apps, we can see tonight, even if it was clear, and it's cloudy outside right now, but even if it was clear, this is not a good night to shoot. The moon is going to be all in the middle of the Milky Way, washing the stars out. So you can also, right from the widget there, launch the full app. It brings up the timeline and it shows you what the current information for the moon is, when it's set to rise again, the moon in relation to the Milky Way. The moon rises at 10:32, Milky Way rises or becomes visible at 10:57. But you can also scroll forward on your timeline to see what it's going to look like in a few days. Now, Saturday night into Sunday presents us an opportunity to shoot for a couple of hours. As we can see at the bottom, Milky Way becomes visible at 10:45. And then on Sunday, the moonrise is not till 12:58. About 2 hours and 15 minutes is what you would be able to shoot. It's not a lot, but if you haven't been out in a while and it's clear, it's a great opportunity. You don't get a whole night of shooting. You will have that moon coming up, but there you go. You can see a window. So you also have the option of choosing calendar, and you can quickly scroll to any future date you want. We see we've got last weekend in July 25th, that Friday night, is essentially new moon, and moonset is at 9:22. Milky Way rises at 10:03. So the moon is not going to be visible for any of the Milky Way window for Friday night into Saturday. You see the Milky Way is no longer visible at 3:23, and the moon doesn't rise until 8:13. So this is your tool for planning your next trip. Also going to show you it has sun timeline as well. It will show you a lot of the same information as the moon timeline. It will show you the Milky Way rise and set, but it is more geared towards nautical twilight, astronomical twilight, blue hour, golden hour. It shows you the phases of the sun and the sunlight throughout the day. Now, if you want to actually go in and plan a trip, that's going to be bringing up the PhotoPills planner, and this gives you a tremendous amount of information about the specific spot that you are going to. Gives you a visual representation of where the Milky Way is, lets you scroll back and forth on the timeline. Really powerful tool, but I'm not going to go into that right now, so I'm going to leave it there. I hope that this helped those of you who are just starting out, as well as any of those experienced nightscapers that maybe haven't used PhotoPills or using something else in your planning. You really ought to consider PhotoPills. It's an extremely powerful tool, and one of my favorite and my primary go-to when I'm trying to decide to go shoot or when to stay hunt. Thanks for watching. Now get out there and capture some amazing images.